Okay, we're gonna try to do a May garden walkthrough, and we're going to start here where we ended last month, which is this little experiment patch. I wanted to see if I could grow flowers in the terrible clay soil that we have, and it looks like it's working. There was a row here in the front of snapdragons that never germinated, so we won't be doing that next year. Back row is gladiolus, then zinnias, and then cosmos, and all of them look to be going well. The cosmos are just now starting to bloom. I'm gonna go over here in this corner with my citrus trees. We have the Cara orange here. No blooms on here yet, but that's okay. We're focusing on rooting. This is the lime tree, really going well. We have some little limes here. Also new blooms. See all these new blooms? Amazing. This one I have trying to train it to go 45 degrees, and then all these blooms popped. Back there in the corner we have the trumpet vine. Still looks the same, if not maybe just a little bit taller, but no new leaves or anything. This is a peachy pink hydrangea. Still no blooms. Just focusing on rooting, I guess. This is a hibiscus. I took this and moved it from the front. It wasn't doing so well in the front. It seemed to be having some heat stress, but it's been hot back here too, so I don't know if this yellowing is just because of I transplanted it recently, or if it just doesn't like it back here. So we're still nursing her and hoping she turns back to all green. My viburnum, it's not doing anything. The leaves have turned color. It was red for a while and then it turned back to green. It might have gotten a little bit taller. I'll have to compare to last month's video. Going along the retaining wall side, I started some tomatoes from seed, and then I moved them here, trying to see if tomatoes will grow in the clay soil, because tomatoes take up a lot of room, and if I can get them to grow here on the clay where I have more room, then that would be great. So far so good. This one has some blooms. I don't know if it'll actually turn to tomatoes. This one's gotten a little taller, some blooms there. So we'll keep an eye on them and see what happens. Here also another trial to see if these flowers are gonna grow into on clay. This is, I tried to amend the clay. So I added some soil conditioner and then a bag of planting mix. So I'm hoping that will make the clay soil a little bit better, more conducive to growing. But so far the gladiolus are doing okay. I did lay down some seeds here. It's feverfew, nigella, delphinium. It's been almost a month and I'm not seeing any seedlings or any germination, so I don't know. I'll have to lay more seeds down, maybe try something else, because those did not work here. The 50 bulbs from Costco of gladiolus, I did have one fully bloom the bloom cycle was over, that was only one, the first one, and then now many of them are starting to bloom. So I have a few in the garden, if you can see them. So it's very exciting. They're all very, very, very pretty. There's supposed to be some yellow ones, I believe, and so far only the fuchsia ones have been blooming. So maybe those yellow ones will come a little later. They're just gorgeous. My iceberg white roses. This bush, when I transplanted it, it was not doing well. It didn't have a good transition. A lot of the leaves fell off. But look at her today. I'm gonna give her the MVP for May because she's just so pretty back here in her little corner. She's pretty happy. Going along. This is the last citrus tree, the lemon tree. As you can see, I have been successful in turning these leaves back to green, because if you remember, they were very light green, almost yellow, and now we only have the tips here that are yellow, and they've gone back to dark green. We also have some lemons, some baby lemons. Very exciting. Same thing here. I'm trying to train these to be at 45. This is, I believe this is an English lavender bush. She's just now flowering. Very pretty. And she's gotten quite tall. Another hydrangea. She hasn't bloomed, no flowers or no buds. However, I am very, very happy with how far she's come. This is excellent because at the start of spring it was bare. It was just a bare root. So lots of green. Very, very happy with it. This is another hydrangea. This is what this looked like. So this one, still bare root. We're waiting for her to sprout some leaves. Also planted some seeds here of alyssum and I believe candy tuft. So, and they're starting to germinate. Garden bed one, it is the corn. So I did initially have my lettuce and pechay here also, but we went through their growing cycle and I took them out and planted more corn seeds. There's also some basil and nasturtium to help with the bugs, but the corn are doing okay. This one is growing pretty big though, so I'm wondering what that's gonna look like. Praying that maybe they fertilize on their own, but I don't know. We'll see. We have also some broccoli growing here. I was hoping that these would go through their growing cycle and then I'll move them so that it'll make room for the baby corn. But I'm not seeing anything growing here. We'll see. Garden bed 2, gladiolus in the back, getting ready to bloom. This one has bloomed, gorgeous. And then, please excuse the mess in the garden. There's just a lot of things I'm continually working on. So I have these peonies, and then alyssum. These are zinnias. These are my first zinnias that have blossomed, so pretty happy with that. Some cosmos. Continually deadheading the spent blooms so that they continue to grow, and I feel like it's working because look, I'm never gonna run out of flowers. These are the Lysianthus. If you remember, I started these in trays way back in November, and this is the only growth that they've had. They are extremely slow. Still waiting for them to bloom. Garden bed 3, pretty exciting stuff here because we have a broccoli. I think this is ready for me to harvest because I can see that some of the sprouts are opening up, and I should have maybe harvested it maybe last week. So I'm gonna harvest it today. And look at this, we have a purple cauliflower. It's maybe 2. It's very exciting. It's so pretty. Over here I have, let's see, this is eggplant. This was not grown from seed. I actually bought this as a start. It was on sale for like $2.50. Thought that was fine. And then this is cantaloupe, I think. Yeah, this is cantaloupe. We have some blooms. These 4 in the back here are all cucumbers. I am going to try to hand pollinate these. However, according to YouTube, I'm not seeing any female flowers, so I'm still waiting. And another cantaloupe here. Happy with the growth. Garden bed 4 is tomatoes. So these 2 tomatoes I bought also as starts from Big Oak Nursery. They were like, this small. They're tiny, like even smaller than this. This is one of my basils. You're supposed to grow basil and marigolds near tomatoes, so that's why I have these here. I also have cilantro and Thai basil here. So anyway, the tomatoes, they grew so fast. Look at that. They're huge. I'm hoping to have them grow up this trellis. But look at that. Excellent. And then we have more flowers. And these are baby tomatoes. So beautiful. These are called Sugar Rush, so I can't wait to taste them. Look at that. Under there we have some zucchini that I grew from seed. And then I think that's a watermelon. Yep, this is a watermelon. No blooms yet. Okay, moving on to garden bed 5. Garden bed 5 has my kale. This is my kale. They have some bugs that were eating it, and for the longest time I couldn't figure out what was eating it because every time I inspected them, I couldn't find anything. But one day I did find a tiny green, like 2 centimeters, a tiny green worm, and I looked it up and found that it was worms and from larvae from a cabbage moth. And I do remember seeing some cabbage moths trying to get at these the kale, and I thought they were freaking butterflies, and I was welcoming them, and little did I know they were the enemy. So next year, I learned my lesson. I'm gonna plant like the kale, the cabbage, the broccoli, perhaps in all together in like 2 beds so that I can cover it so that the moths will not get to them. But you know, I could still eat these, it's fine. It's just trying to grow organic, so I'm not gonna put any like bug spray or anything, of course. But I think they're gonna be okay. This is carrots. You know, this is all new to me, so I'm not even quite sure when the time to harvest is. I read somewhere that when they start showing their shoulders down here, then it might be ready, but right now I don't think they're ready. So we're gonna let them marinate a little bit more. Here are, these are hollyhocks. There's a hollyhock about to sprout there. I didn't know it was gonna get this big. This is probably not the best space for it. So next year, or if I decide to grow more this season, I'm gonna have to find a better space for them where they have a lot of room to grow. I have these 3 strawberries here. These are the ones that came in that 10-pack, and these are the only ones that are that have survived. This one, no flowers yet. None of them do. Garden bed 6, we have some lettuce. It's probably ready to harvest, and more broccoli. There's 3 here. And then again, remove this and maybe grow something else more summer friendly, because I know broccoli like cooler weather. And here in Sacramento, with the average of like 85, this is not going to work for them. So I'm going to have to remove that very soon, harvest it soon. Here I have some different kinds of lettuces grown by seed. Still very tiny. I'm hoping that the heat is going to be okay, but I'm thinking about getting some shade for this bed. Garden bed 4, 5, 6. This is not all the way planted yet. I have stuff that had moved around and didn't know where to put it. So more kale, because I ran out of room over there. I took some out so that the carrots can grow and put them here. And then over here I think it's more cucumber. This is cucumber. We have some blooms there, but again, no female flowers. And then here I think we have honeydew. This is very interesting because if you smell the leaves, they actually smell like honeydew. It smells like a boba shop. It's pretty cool. This one I bought, it's strawberry. I bought it on sale as a tiny start. It's called Summer Breeze Cherry Strawberry. Haven't harvested any. It looks like I'm gonna get one here, but I hope the sun isn't too strong that it kills it. That's a problem here in Sacramento. It seems like you get 2 growing seasons. Like you start in February to like June, and then July, August, maybe September, you kind of have to stop because nothing grows in the desert like heat that we get, and then start again in September. And then our fall is pretty mild, so you could probably still grow things in December, November. We don't get any snow, so it'll probably be like the second growing season. My jasmine has stopped flowering, but I can see that she's getting ready to bloom again because we have some pods there. She's really growing, getting tall, and I'm hoping to cover this trellis, this arch. The last garden bed we have here, I have this bell pepper. This was on sale. It was a tiny start, and it's finally flowering. I bought this also squash as a start. I don't know. I've never done this before again, so I don't know if like these. I don't know if you guys can see, like if those are blossoms that might come soon. I don't know. I'm trying to get them to grow up this arch. I have more cantaloupe here, and then my sugar snap peas are over there. They're not as full as I thought they would be, and they're getting yellow, and I heard that's normal. However, I feel like I think I should try to grow some more by seed to fill this arch up, because we have more room. We can do it. Thai peppers. In the front here, we have my bougainvillea. I bought this, and then all of the leaves, all the flowers came off. And then she's now just bouncing back to life, and some more blooms are coming. So pretty, super pretty. She hasn't really gotten any taller. I was hoping to fill this this trellis up with her blooms, but we'll see. I mean, it's only been a couple months, so. Here I have some candy tuft. It's grown a little bit since last month. On the other side, same thing with this bougainvillea. She's bouncing back to life, and we see some baby flowers coming in. I don't know if you guys remember how small these white iceberg roses are. That's gonna be covering this arch. It's grown taller. They had their bloom, and then they fell off. Now I think they're focusing on growing up before we bloom again. This one also getting taller. There are some blooms here. This middle rose tree I have here, I'm quite worried about her, only because I see some like powdery mildew on here that I tried to treat. It keeps coming back. However, she seems to be okay because she continues to bloom. Look at all of these flowers coming. She continues to bloom. My hibiscus, we had one gorgeous huge bloom this spring, and I'm not seeing any more for now, but I'm not worried. Oh, I think I might see some there. Here. This, I had my spring tulips here, but you know, they went through their growth cycle. I took them out and put some new seeds in here. For this one, my son went to a wedding, and the favors for the wedding favors were seed packets, and this is that's here. So we have some of the seeds germinating already. I put like 2 packets in here, So we'll see. They're just wildflowers. I wanted to show you guys this. This is Gomphrena. I put like 6 seeds in here, and they're just now about to flower. See the tiny bloom there? Very exciting.